So if you are going on holiday this year abroad, or even you're spending from your own home, but you're spending on websites overseas, it's really, really important you don't use your everyday debit or credit card. Because if you do that, the vast majority of them are going to add a charge on top. It's going to cost you money to use them, whether it is in a restaurant, in a bar, in a shop, taking cash out of the hole in the wall, or again, buying something online that adds something on top. And if you're spending a decent amount of money, you're away for a couple of weeks, or maybe you're making a big purchase, whatever it might be, that really can add up. Even if we're only talking about 1, 2, or 3%, you can avoid this easily, so why shouldn't you, right? So I'll take you through here a couple of specialist debit and credit cards, which won't charge you anything for your transaction or taking money out of a cash machine. Nothing at all. In fact, you might even earn a little bit on top. They should be your priorities, whether you get them for everyday banking or just have them in your wallet for when you go abroad. Let's start off with debit cards. Debit cards come with a current account. These are my top picks, absolutely above credit cards and above another type of card I'll get to in a minute. What's fantastic about these ones is that you can only spend what you can afford. Obviously, some people worry about credit cards. They worry about overspending on it. So if you've got a debit card, you put the money in and it's in that account. Again, whether it's your normal money or you transfer cash over just for your holiday, keeps you on budget. The best one of these is from Chase Bank. This is a digital only bank. I've got a full review of it if you want to check that one out. Why I love this one? Well, very, very simply, not only is it fee-free for any transactions you make in a foreign currency and any money you get out of a hole in the wall, you also can earn cash back for that first year. 1% for 12 months. So at home and abroad, in fact. So it's a great one to use all the time, not just when you're abroad, to get that money back. And that will add up. So you avoid the fees and you earn money on top. The next one after this that I would go for, if you either don't fancy Chase or perhaps because you've already used that 12 months up, you won't have done that yet. Depends when you're watching this. But after that 12 months is up, then maybe Starling Bank is your best bet because, again, it is also fee-free to use. You just don't earn any cash back on it. But it's a much better bank, in my opinion, if you want to have an everyday bank that you can also use and not faff around with a different account. Maybe that's the way to go. Go for Starling Bank. Now, you might also have a Monzo account. You might have had that for a long time. You might be thinking, well, can't I use that one abroad as well? And you can. And there is no charge on that for your purchases. But there is a limit on cash withdrawals. Now, that might not be an issue. It's £200 every 30 days. Every rolling 30 days. And how often do you use cash when you go abroad now? So you might be absolutely fine with your Monzo. But it's just worth bearing in mind that is something which you might have to factor in. So it might be you've already got a Monzo, you don't want to get a second one, just sticking with it. There is another debit card that is also fee-free to use overseas and does not have any limit on your cash withdrawals. That is Virgin Money. I really like this one as well because it's a great one for earning interest on your savings. Got a whole other video talking about their recent developments there. But it might be that's a great second account to have anyway, just so you're earning interest on your savings. And then you've got it in your wallet for when you go abroad. So that's your debit cards. What about credit cards? Now, credit cards do have their advantages as well, because if you want to get consumer protection, something called Section 75 protection when you're booking something, then using a credit card for at least £1 of that, as long as it costs more than £100, that individual items, it could be flights, it could be a hotel, it could be something big you're paying for, then you don't want to get charged on that. You want to make sure you're getting fee-free as well. There's also another bonus that when you are checking into a hotel, or if you are going into getting car hire or something like that, often they want a deposit. Now, if you put it on a credit card, you've hopefully got quite a large credit limit. It's not going to make a difference. If you do it on your debit card, they will take the money out of your debit card straight away. And that could be all your holiday spending. So actually, it might be worth just getting one of these, even if you're not going to use it for your spending, but just for that deposit. And also, it's a nice little backup to have more than one card available to you. If something was to go wrong, a bit more cash available. Now, the best one of these is the Barclaycard Reward Credit Card. This one is another cashback one. Not as much as the Chase Bank, 0.25%, but that's still better than nothing, isn't it? 0.25% at home and abroad. And again, that will not charge you for any cash withdrawals or any kind of transactions. That is a good one to go for. Alternatively, the classic one, the one that I've had for probably got over a decade now, is the Halifax Clarity Credit Card. Now, this one is fee-free to use it on transactions. If you take money out of a cash machine with it, you will get charged interest. So ideally, this isn't the one to have as your only card. But if you pay off that card straight away, remember, any credit card, make sure you do pay off that full balance every month to avoid interest in the hole. But with the cash, pay some money off straight away, then you won't get charged the interest on there. Broadly, you should never really take cash out on a credit card, but it's slightly different for these specialist credit cards like these two there. I would not be using your other cashback cards out there, the likes of an American Express one or the recent Barclaycard BA Avios cards, because they are not fee-free. So you might be earning points, but that's going to be wiped out by the charges that are going to be issued on top. Now, there is a third type of card, and these are debit cards again, but they're not connected to your current account. And actually, you can use them with a credit card, okay? And this is the idea where it's a bit like your digital wallet on your phone, your Apple Pay, your Google Pay, your Samsung Pay, those kind of things, where you add loads of cards and you use your phone to pay. But you select which card you want to pay with, yeah? The same principle, but you get a debit card and you add your different Visa and MasterCard only, unfortunately not American Express, cards to that app. And before or after your purchase, which is quite handy, you can change which one the money comes from, which is really, really useful for some people. Particularly good, I think, for travel as a backup card. So maybe you've got a specialist card, but you've also got that one as well. And you can have even the worst, most expensive credit card or debit card for spending overseas underneath it, and you will not be charged. Now, if you have the free version of Curve, this is the main one, Curve. I wouldn't go for the paid ones. You will get a few limits here. So there is a £500 a month spending limit. So that might be fine for a weekend away, might get a little bit tricky if you're going for longer than that. And a £200 on cash withdrawals. Again, that's on every month, so that will roll through. So you might be able to stretch that out if you go away on a few occasions. Above those limits, there is a 2% fee. So again, this isn't going to be for all your spending, but it's certainly quite good for a weekend away, say, or some of it as a backup. And if you spend at weekends in US dollars or euros, there is a 0.5% fee added on top. Any other currency, it's 1.5%. So it's not fantastic. It's not the best card, but it's certainly worth having it there available to you. And also, there's no credit check for this one. You just apply for it and you get it. So if you're worried about that, not getting accepted for a credit card or not getting accepted for a different current account or not wanting to have more current accounts just because you can't manage it, it's a decent option. Now, the other one that works just like Curve is called Currensea. This one does, however, have a 0.5% charge every day of the week, not just at weekends. So you're not going to get that basic, that fee-free thing. It's 0.5%. That's still better than, again, what the major banks will be charging, but not as good as those fee-free cards we mentioned. There is also, though, what makes it possibly a better contender than Curve, depending on your situation, is there is no limit on that, no monthly limit. So if you think you are one of these cards, maybe as a backup, maybe as your main card, you're going to spend more than that £500 or more than the £200 on cash machines, then this could be better because there is no limit on transactions and £500 ATM withdrawals. That is your limit there. So it could be a better option for you. Both of those cards also come with a £10 welcome bonus, different conditions. I will link below to my article over on the blog so you can click through and look at those. In fact, there might also be deals for some of the other ones we've spoken about today as well. Finally, I just want to talk about prepaid cards because this was all the rage a while ago, was it? That was how you would spend money for your holiday. Before that was obviously traveler's checks, but they were a great way to kind of like put all your money together, just your holiday money, keep it separate. I'm not going to tell you about any of those because I don't think you need them. I think you can do exactly the same thing, but with the functionality that there's other accounts I've spoken about right now, just by opening up an additional account. So the Chase Bank one that I mentioned at the top, that's a perfect one to treat as if it's a prepaid card. You just transfer the money into your account using your online banking on your app, move that money over and just spend on it as you wish. Or you can do the same with Starling or Virgin Money, any of those ones that might do the same thing. So I don't think you need a prepaid card. In fact, often they have extra charges and extra things in play which don't make them worth considering. My name is Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit like, give me a comment. Here are some more videos on cards that you might find useful.